Why do we age Pauper brews twice as long as the guilds require? Because what's a couple more turns when you have 5 generations looking over your shoulder? Don't even think about it.
Available at Moros's Market. Hello and welcome to Propaganda. And true to my contrarian nature, I'm not playing a single Modern Horizons 2 card. I'm playing something I've been playing all week and winning a ton with. And it runs all 4 foils. Don't say that 5 times fast. I was experimenting with this list. I always had a handful of lands. I didn't want to go the retrace route. Because it was just too active of a deck. And so I went from 1 to 2 to all 4 foils main, and I'm really liking it. It really catches people off guard. So this is an illusions-based deck. Trosman, thanks for hanging out with me. I usually start about 1 minute early so that anybody that's got a hardcore timer, it just comes in right at the very end of the crescendo there. But little industry insight. Anyway, so I've got 18 basics. We've got 4 raptors, 4 bears. So we've got a nice quick early turn and 4 ninjas to kind of accentuate those early starts. 2 disrupts. Really like this card. Even if they pay the 1, you still get to draw the card. We've got 4 preordains and 4 vapor snags rounding out our 1-drops. We've got snap to complete a removal package. Krovikan Mist. Now you got to be careful with building illusions. There's not that many good illusions out there yet. There's that sorcery or instant that makes something an illusion for a turn, like a 3/3. There's a lot of ways to do it, but in the end of it, you really have to honestly look at the list and go, there's 4 of these cards. You might not even see them. So to go all in with that sub theme or main theme, I guess you would call it, I think is a bit of a folly. So that's why I went with Raptor and Ninja, because there's enough illusions in here to make this usually a 3/4 or better. Jace's Phantasm's another card I had 2 of for the longest time. It never flipped. I mean, ever. So it's a 1/1. Just about everything else is better than it, and I lost it. Yeah, it's an illusion, and if you go up against some random Millstone or Dredge deck, sure, it's going to feel awesome, but in the end, I didn't think it was worth it. The Fathom Seer is an illusion, and it's awesome because it pumps your hand full of lands, as does the Dream Stalker, and trips the Cloudfin Raptor. And what do you do with extra lands? You pitch them to foil, and usually trying to bait the person when you get completely all tapped out. Orange Sushi's in the house. All right. And so that's the main deck. In the sideboard, I got 2 Fadeaways, 2 Echoing Truths for all the chatter storms, which I do have that built too. Next week, I promise I'll have a spicy new brew with a lot of new cards. This week, I've had my heart set on this, so that's what I'm doing. 4 Spreading Seas against Tron and such. 4 Hydroblast and 3 Curfew, which is actually really good. I even consider making this main. So no, Phantasmal Dreadmaw should get the flavor text winner, that or Floodhound. I think those are the 2 best flavors in the set. So if we have a really long wait, I've got my Modern Horizons 2 picks already selected up top, and we'll go over those afterwards. But for right now, we're just going to jump right on into this. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Paladin 19 in the house, and we will go from here and hopefully have lots of winning. But yeah, I've been playing this deck literally all week. Oh, and I got in the Pauper Classic Tuesday tournament, I got 3rd place with it. The only one that got me was Burn, and I beat it in the very first round, the same guy that ended up winning the tournament. So that was really frustrating. And that was a first for me. I faced Burn all 4 first rounds, and then I was up against Blackburn, and then I had Burn again in the finals. So it was just so crazy. So Punctos Doobie. All right, everybody all hanging out. So as we're waiting for our next opponent, I'm going to go over what I have here, starting at the highest. Wave Sifter, pretty awesome evoke creature. I think it's going to see quite a bit of play. Drake Keeper, pretty awesome. I mean, I know it's showcased at the top of a MTGO. And a lot of squirrel theme going on here. Pretty cool. Disciple of the Sun, I think that's going to not so much be in a white-based deck, but something along the lengths of Tron, or just kind of a really heavy mid-range deck, because that's just anything 3 or less, which is pretty much Pauper. So it's getting back any card, and it's a 3/3 lifelink. I think it's worthy of an attempt. I'm not saying it's going to break any rules or anything. Bannerhide, this is just a hell of a lot of creature for 4. This is probably my favorite creature in the set, the Kitchen Imp. I really like this card. Digging it. And then Foundry Helix, probably the weakest one of the ones I picked, but I like it. Breathless Night, I'm excited to brew with this too. Being able to have flying lifelink. I mean, how close are we getting to, what's the one I'm always talking about? Vampire Nighthawk being downshifted, right? Very close, folks, very close. And then Rift Sower is the, hello, wake up here. Oh, that's why. It's always that way. All right, we'll come back to that when we can. But right now, we are screwed. So we're going to ship this back. This is a no-brainer. Mulligan. We got 2 lands. We got a bunch of stuff. We'll keep this. We have only 2 illusions. I think I'm going to favor the... I'm going to get rid of the mist, actually. So only good late when I have like 3 or more out. I've only got 2, and I've got quite an evasive package here, so I'm just going to go for that. Evasive package. Be a good band name. Yeah. Alrighty, here we are. And reminder for all of you out there, we're going to have one more show next week, and then we're off for 1 week, heading out to Colorado again to see friends and family. Maybe even Mtmentat. Just kidding. I know we did that just recently. Definitely going to go back to the Cave of the Winds. Like I said, when I got back high off that trip, if you're ever in Colorado, make sure to go see the Cave of the Winds. That is their Mount Rushmore, in my opinion. It's so good. The lantern tour is just the bomb. Just literally 1 foot candle of light, just an old school, little tea light in a iron rusted out bucket, and you're just walking through and watching where you go, and it's so cool. A lot of cool history in that place. All right, here we go. So you can see why we like Dream Stalker and the other thing, but getting a little greedy if we do that first. So we're going to bring out our Raptor, and then we'll drop the Bear. A lot of times the best play, if you do have an island in your hand, is to cast Dream Stalker, targeting Dream Stalker. It's a pretty nice little 1/2. And you get extra value later, because those Raptors can get up to 4/5s with this list. It's pretty sweet. And it's like playing Double Delver or something. It's pretty cool. All right, what do we got here? Opponent's a little mana screwed. We want 1 more land in our hand, and then we're good. You want to hold at about 3 or 4 lands with this list. Everything else is just foil food. Oftentimes, you're pitching 2 islands to the foil. Alrighty, well, we got some good times here. That's going to trip everything. So we're going to come in, attack. We'll trip the Bear. And that will trigger that. And so we hit for 6 just out of the blue. I might as well be doing this. I don't know why I'm not. And hopefully we get an island. Yes. We don't. That's okay. I sure wish foil just read 2 cards, because that would be really broken, but it has to be an island, and that's why we're playing the Dream Stalker illusion theme, not because of the mist. The mist is a byproduct of it. All right. Well, that was a nice quick smash-a-rooney. It's comes out a lot faster than Delver sometimes with these Cloudfin draws, so I know, get those. See, the problem with the Dreadmaw logic, though, is that you end up with just so many hands just sitting there, and just doesn't get there. All right, as much as I like this Rupt, I'm gonna bring in all 4 of these, because we really hate to see anything to do with a Tog. So I'm gonna bring those out. I think I might bring out 1 Seer and a Stalker, and we'll go like this and hope for the best. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, I was like, everybody's Chatterstorm this, Chatterstorm that. Every channel I go to, it's like, it's already like oversaturated with Chatterstorm decks. And I do have one, and I might play it next week, but it's a very different take on it. I was having a lot of fun with it in the tournament practice room, but like I said, this is what I had queued up, and I honestly didn't think we'd be able to play till like mid next week. I forgot about the early drafts being available. So you go over to MTGO Traders. I got all my stuff for free, because when you place high enough in the Pauper Classic Tuesday tournaments, they give you gift certificates. And so I can't remember the last time I paid for a card, but it's even so, for like 1 ticket, you can get pretty much everything I got. It's like everything's like 1, 2, or 3, 4 cents each tops. and such. So I don't know if our opponent's using the restroom or what's going on here. But if we go back over here, I probably shouldn't do this in mid-game because he's probably going to come back. Riftsower is another one I think is a really cool card. Suspend 2 for a Bird of Paradise. It's got a big butt. I think this is going to see a lot of play, actually. Not many people talking about it. Hold on a minute here. Let me go back to the game here. Oh. Yeah, that's why I'm also running oh, gosh darn it. These quitters. All right, we'll just jump into the next one. Had a really good hand here. Even a 0-1, obviously, you just turn it into the goods and you're off to go. So we'll create here and jump from here. So yeah, as we're waiting, now I'll try this again. Whenever somebody joins, it always seems to, like, the software just goes and just freaks out for a little bit here. So yeah, Galvanic Relay, I've been playing a lot of just to try to get my mind around this card. It's so heady. Arcbound Tracker, interesting. I don't see, I mean, the Menace is really what puts it over the top there. The charge is pretty damn good. I mean, Black's getting a lot of flyers and enough of them now. I'm sure a lot of you purists like Cooper the Red's going to just force Chittering Rats in every build. But as the timeline moves forward, I think there's Black is going to be more dominant in the skies than in recent memory. So, all right, let's go. We've got a lot of removal. Oh, keep this just because of the presence of Preordain. Why chitter when you can chatter? That is true. Yeah. Oh, and we got courtesy of the Mothership, all new commercials this week featuring Dakon Blackblade, and they're doing a pretty cool little production sequence on those. But they're quick, like under a minute, so I've got to use the bathroom really quick. Well, I like both of these, so I'll say top. Heal through the turn. This has surprisingly been good against Black and Dimir decks. I think they tend to use like a Time Walk turn to get rid of removal, and usually I've got foil in the hand and it's just a little too much tempo for them. So it's plus this just a nice old school build. Chittastorm. That be true. Make sure to do these in the right order. Bring out the weakling and then bring out the imaginary bear right afterwards. Whoop. How cool would that be if any of these were a foil? Not that it would be worth the tempo play, but okay. That's kind of a holding pattern here. Next turn is going to be some fireworks. And believe it or not, even though it looks low to the ground and wide, this deck isn't too affected by electricity style effects. More often than not, the only thing that really goes down is the Phantasmal Bear. Everything else is 3 toughness or better, usually. And there are obvious exceptions to this. This is Affinity again. Yeah, with all those new... Oh, that's what I forgot to get in my collection were the artifact lands. I was all proud of myself thinking like, wow, there's a lot of playables in this set. And I go and do that, darn it. All right, we'll play this first. Trip in the dude. And we'll attack. Hiya! For a blue Fire Blast. Yep. Yeah, so as an old schooler, a lot of you might be running in a storm and are kind of scratching your head. Don't waste your time looking for all kinds of options. Your go-to are going to be Clark Clan, Shaman, Echoing Decay, Echoing Truth, and such. A lot of other stuff is cute, but doesn't quite work. Whenever you cast a spell with 4 or greater, create a 1/1 Thopter artifact with flying. Cool. Well, that costs 3. I'm just going to bounce the hell out of that. Make him just keep time walking himself. I do believe we might get a few almost free wins today. And what do I mean by that? Meaning that a lot of people are trying out new cards, and so not janky or anything, but you do get those kind of gray area builds. Like, I don't think that card's really playable that our opponent's playing, but it's new. It's got that new card smell everyone loves so much, right? All right, so main I'm going to float 2, and we're going to bounce this because we've got our value out of it. Hopefully we can just cast another creature. This fills up your hand awfully quick, and that was really unfortunate. Usually you run right into a foil, and it's off to the races. But we've still got defense and such, so we'll just let the 2 go down. I could have guess I could have bounced the Fathom Seer and replayed it, but for what? Just to lose a card. Oh, Pauper Tim, that's cruel. Chattering rats. I hope they never print that. That would be awful. Thanks for joining me, everybody, on Propaganda. Punk Toast 82 Doobie. Sharazman, Cooper the Red, Pauper Tim. Everybody in the house. Okay, we'll do that. Boy, this is quite flooded. Where are our foils now, right? This is what I was running into. You can honestly just hold it 2, and you're fine. We'll let the big fat robot go. Actually, design-wise and engineering, if you look at that Mer Enforcer, being low to the ground is a benefit. And I like how they didn't give it really a head, because that's kind of a disadvantage, just this big target on top of the thing, and it's got the most fulcrum power with like hitting with force if you trip. So humans are pretty badly designed if you think about it. Our head should be like in our calves or something, so if we take a big fall, we don't, all that like whiplash wallop effect when you fall down, just get extra. You see it in the UFC all the time. People just get, I'll do this now. People, they get knocked out and they fall back and then they hit their head and it's just like, ugh. Oh, and I almost lost a game on Wednesday. I was playing, obviously an opponent online, and I was so fixated on foil and its trickery that I didn't just realize that I could have played my 4th land and just did a hard counter, and it almost cost me. So be careful. Remember, you can just cast this. You don't have to do the little trickery, but anyway. Okay, I think this is, we're going to do the same thing we did last time. We're going to take this out, one of these, and we'll go from here and hope our opponent doesn't run away. But yeah, I love this little Faraday cage on this artwork here. Very cool. Can I bring this up? Oh, he must be starting right now. There we go. Okay, we like this hand. We got an early ninja. We've got counter magic. Mist that's not going to do too much other than be kind of a delver power. So, but we'll keep it. Open up our yard. Go from there. Alrighty. Lead off with the bear. I love the psychology of this Phantasmal Bear too. I know Mezzle used to play it a lot. Really awesome mono blue Delver pilot. When he's on the scene, he's always relevant. He comes and goes though. Sometimes he's gone for a year or more. But when he first came out onto the scene, it was with Phantasmal Bear and Ninjas. Lasted a long time. But fairies grew in sophistication and design so much so that it slowly it wasn't worth it anymore, but it is still a very relevant card. I mean, and if anything targets it outside of Aquarian Ranger, that can be really frustrating. But even then, they're costing tempo in a deck that's really low to the ground and fast, and it's relying on all these other tricks. Okay, so we'll do this to bring this back. This is probably the last time the ninja will hit, but even here, the ninja will probably eat removal and cost a turn of tempo because it'll require a resource. Yes. We would like to draw a card, please. Okay. Big fat fatty's coming out. This is when you really want to see snap, so you can keep your tempo going. Yeah, I think either a lot of things need to be banned or unban everything. But on that list, believe it or not, I think cards like Snap are actually relevant. But see, even here, like this, what an awesome turn by our opponent. See, we're going back to old school, right? They got rid of the cutesy stuff, and hey, look at that. That's not cutesy. That's one of the newer cards, the Mer Enforcer 5, 6, 7, and 8. With artifact land cycling. Pretty nice little quote-unquote drawback. Boy, I don't think we're getting out of this, folks. Good grief. We need like snap, snap, snap. Well, I think I'll trade with that. Obviously, we're going to go here. We're going to drop... I think we're just going to have to do a lot of concessions to the power here. I know I could bring out stuff. I'm saving this for if we recover, which I don't think we will. And Dream Stalker, I'll eat one of those. So I'll trade. I'll take 6. That's if, you know, double block goes south and they Galvanic Blast one of them. I'm still going to be really screwed. It's all right. Here we go. Pauper Tim says, I've been thinking of Monster Changeling over the bear in my testing. Yeah, I don't, I'm not a fan of that. That's same thing I was looking into. You know, it's like just in this kind of a deck, just play Jace's Phantasm if you're really stuck on like, I got to have that thing because then it already has flying. But I get it for the of one mind. That's valid. Okay, let's get some fireworks going here. Let's hope things live, at least through blocking. We'll take 6. This is going to be a bloodbath. God, think if he's got double Galvanic. It's the Dream Stalker and like the Ninja, and we're just left for dead. Okay. Ouch. Okay, I think I would have done that a little differently, but okay, right? Yeah, we're not living through this one, guys. We've had a lot of wins up till now, but I think our wins have come to an end as we look at our options here. You know, if I found a snap, I could do multiple things. Foil's nice, but a little too late right now. I'll say bottom. I hope we drop into a snap. Not the best. We could play this, trade with something, and then Vapor Snag, a Myrrh Enforcer maybe. And yeah. And you know what? Maybe they've got Metallic Rebuke. Well, we'll make them do it on their turn anyway. I don't know why I play through these kind of hands because, you know, they just got that super jump on us. But yeah, I look to see Affinity really placing consistently and highly for quite a while to come. It took away one of its biggest, I guess, drawbacks in that, you know, Gorilla Shaman fear. Alrighty, well, do we take 10? Yeah, we're just going to quit here, guys. This is a fool's errand, I tell you. We go to game 3. You did. You played this Illusions deck? Well, now, I like Hydroblast. Maybe I cut it by 1. No, let's do the old superstitious shuffle and see how this fares any better. Dream Stalker's pretty good here. And get rid of 1 Hydroblast. Maybe? No, I don't like that either. Let's get rid of 1 foil. Hiya! Aha! Yeah, I've had a pretty insane week with this list. I think it's lost like 2 or 3 times in like 30 games. I mean, they're not. Well, the tournament on Tuesday was legit, but you know everything else just tournament practice. But still, it has a lot of really crazy. Boy, this is a really weird hand. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. It's just too slow. It's the kind of hand though. If I throw it back, yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. I'll keep this one. Or do we? Rough. Can't really keep this one either. If we draw into anything, we don't really have much of a game. That Seer is 3. We're gonna mulligan here. And we'll keep this one. Not much better than our first, right? But we do have the promise of, you know who here. Boop, boop. But, shoot. Man, don't make me do this. I'm going to get rid of this and this. Done. I can just cast this turn 2 and walk into it and then trip it later. Nice little ninja evasive move. But, oh, man. Not good to be down 2 cards and going first, too. So our opponent's got a 3-card jump on us. Alrighty. Off we go. Boop, boop. Preordain. Maybe the best blue spell ever. Now, foil looks tempting here, but it can really get you into a trap. So I'm just going to say bottom and then top. I'm going to see that in about 3 more turns once I've got a little established board. I want to top deck into like a Phantasmal Bear or something that I can make more sense of that ninja. I wish they'd get new alternate art for the ninja. Just what I was hoping for. Hiya! With a little Vapor Snag backup. Hey, AZN 2K2. Let's go. Good to have you aboard, my friend. I'm slamming illusions today. I'm sure I'm going to just get an avalanche of, have you tried Jace's Phantasm? It's like, yep, I was in the very first build. And it did a whole lot of nothing. About what that Cloudfin Raptor is representing right now. It was so few and far between that it would turn into anything that legit. Boy, I wish I had another land out. Because you know this ninja's going to eat a Galvanic Blast, and there's not much we can do about it. Even if we had the foil, we don't have the island. I'm glad we didn't get it, because now we've got the Raptor. And if this hits, I'm going to feel really good. All right, cool. We've got this going on, and we've got double snag. I really wish they were snaps, just for the tempo. Against Affinity, that it's all about that last turn. Whoever gets their guys sideways first. Ha! 1-1 against Affinity. We beat it last round, but he or she was a quitter. Okay. Let's think things through here. Well, yeah, we can. I think we're going to play the Dream Stalker, bounce the land, and snag. That's the play, I tell you. The Dream Stalker plays a lot like Core Skyfisher in this list. And, you know, I also thought of Acid Trip. Nice, cute idea, but in the end, it's 3 mana, and it's this deck's all about tempo and not kind of that prodding like 3 turns from now, and then I'm going to return it. And then if you think about it, Acid Trip's just a really slow stone rain if you don't have Dream Stalker. It's similar to the Illusion in an Illusion's deck. It's like, well, that's really the only thing that gets the perk from it. So it's nice to have, but boy, glad we got that ninja on board. We'd definitely lose this without the ninja. Our lands are hiding from us. And speaking of artifact lands, here's a brand new beauty. Look at the contrast. Woo-wee! The path to genius is forged in creativity. Ah, pretty pompous quote. Nice, though. Look at the depth of field and the Z-axis on that art. Man, that's gorgeous. Got to hand it to them, boy. They've really stepped it up in the art in the last couple years, but especially flavor text. Last 2 or 3 sets have been really... Why on earth would you choose that over that? Okay. Did they just miss aim? Very strange. Maybe they have the, whatchamacallit, volcanic thingy? Not volcanic, what am I talking about? The pirate, the barrage, the pirate spell. What the hell am I talking about? Let's do this. Yeah, it can, but I'd if I was in their shoes, I'd much rather me not keep my hand full of cards. I'm going to be in single digits real soon. Cannonade, that's the one. God, I hate when brains do that. Just this little Synapse Blockade. Hey, that'd be a good card. Synapse Blockade. Counter target spell, unless you can remember the last spell countered. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is tempting, but I'll save it for next turn. I want defense. We'll be able to play that Seer. We'll return a bunch of lands, and then we'll play the Bear, and that's going to make that Cloudfin Raptor live up to its name of Raptor. Cannonade. And if you could, anybody post the deck list, I'd appreciate it for anybody remotely curious. Shiraz, I think you got the link, and I know I sent it to Nim Chimpskey and Little Fight, but Little Fight's out for 1 more week, and then Nim Chimpskey must just be busy. Heaven forbid. Oh, I guess it would be too much to ask for that, but that's okay. Let's do here. We'll cast this face down, which will trip that. And I'm immediately going to just bring this back up. No mystery what this is. I sure wish that worked twice, but it's already out, so it doesn't. Okay. That's just curious. Got 7 cards. I'm going to drop the bear. That red elemental blast play's got me perplexed. I don't want to walk into a cannonade here. I mean, it's still going to hurt, but anything kills the bear. I just want to trip that Cloudfin Raptor and be really sweet to get that to 4/5, because then that kind of gets out of Affinity's range fairly quickly. We're getting them close enough and close to the single digits here that they might have to play a little bit more defense if they don't start drawing better spells. Gosh, I wish I had a foil in my hand. Okay, that's relevant. 2 pirates. Do you think Fiery Cannonade actually is Serenade to them? That's why they aren't affected. Interesting. Good theory. Let me get my Pauper fix from your shows, says AZN2K2. I'm away from my LGS weekly Pauper and enjoy California with my family. Hey, all right. Whereabouts in California at? That's where I'm currently sitting. Pretty big chunk of California outside of Texas. It's the biggest. Wait a minute. Alaska. Never mind. 3rd biggest. But densely populated. Alaska's got a lot of no man's land and gigantic mosquitoes. Oh boy. Things are getting big. But thank you for the props, AZN2K2. Appreciate the love. Duarte, I don't think I've ever heard of that. I've lived here my whole life. Okay, we don't have any evasion, so we might as well get some. I'm going to slow roll this turn. Sit behind Hydroblast and hope for the best. I will at this stage double trade. Try to cost them a bit of tempo. What do we have here? That guy. Okay. You never want to play cards that your opponent's happy that you're playing. And that turn makes me happy. I'm like, oh, good. It's not blank. Oh, good. It's not this. It's not saying you can't make a good deck out of that. There's only so many spots in a 75 or 60 for that matter. Alrighty. Well, if I get a bounce spell, I'll be alright. I think we're just going to take this. Nicely done, Cooper the Red. Serenades are for your auntie. Pirates prefer Ashanti. I like it. Now I'm curious if you're playing the Ethereum Spinner and the new, what is that? Big old metallic salamander. What did you take out? It seems like they took out a Tog. Heaven forbid, indeed. Okay. Well, we've got some options here. I want to play this. I'll play this. Now, do I return the ninja? Or I could just return this guy and really make him big, but I'm not going to do that. I'll return the ninja. Sure. Pretty obvious play here. So we go into attack mode. I think if they had any red spells, they would have played them, so I think this ninja might live. Maybe not. Feeling very naked at the moment. Everything untapped and no foil in our hand. Usually when I go like this, I've got plenty of backup and foils, but we're just... All right, we got Hydroblast for days. Pauper Tim says play a tog with the Thopters as food instead of all their lands. That's a pretty tall order. 4 or greater, there's only like, what? Well, I guess there's about 12 spells that are relevant if you're playing the Carapace Forger. But just to make a 1/1 that turns into 2 power on the Atog side, it reeks of new card smell to me. But I like the conundrum here with Dream Stalker, as you pointed out, Pauper Tim, with the thing is, I got the biggest backside almost of all. And if they have removal, they're kind of torn here. What do you target? Because I can triple block here, which I'm going to do. And I can only kill one thing. Oh, mana value 4 or greater. I was reading it as converted mana cost. Sorry. I tell you, my dyslexia has just been off the chart this last month. I'm seeing like entire words switch around, letters moving on me. Always makes me a little worried because when I was young, I should probably get tested for that. But my father was an inventor and kind of engineer guy, pretty eccentric dude, and he had mercury around all the time, and I used to play with it all the time as a child. I've always wondered, like, am I having some issues with that? All right, let's get rid of this first. And there were my GI Joes. He had a container about the size of this can of mercury, and I could barely pick it up. That stuff is just like a magic trick. But he had one of those 80s glass tables, and I used to get my GI Joes out, and mercury's a lot of fun to play with. Glad I didn't have any cuts on my hand or anything, but yeah, craziness. Okay, well, we got another answer for you, sucker. Oh, cancel that. Destroy target permanent death thread. Yeah! We have come prepared to do damage and many other things. We can't do anything really there. So I think, as my son says, I'm going to do a little bit of a setup turn. I hope I'm not walking in a cannonade here. But we're just going to double cast these. What I'd really like is another Dream Stalker, because I could just play Dream Stalker, Dream Stalker. For right now, that's really the only way we're going to get through to this world. We're going to do our old double block again here. Trying to steer the 2-for-1 removal away from our ninja or our birds. Okay, I've got a blocker for you. Ethereum Spinner's a card that Little Fight would love. I'm keeping our life total nice and healthy. Let's see what we get here. Booyah. Okay, so far so good. Not worried at all about that. Okay, it trips that. I see it a little bit now that I'm reading the card correctly. We like this a lot. Let's go see what we can get. Ooh, nice. All right, I'll say top and top. Let's do shoot. Play this. I guess we'll return a land here. I mean, we could play a Dream Stalker, but 2-3. Play this. This is when you hope they don't zap stuff. You want to wait until you got priority and you can return your lands. Do this. Come on, show us a foil finally. Let's go. We're only playing 4 of them. All right. Well, we know what one of them was going to be, right? Now we've got a pretty good air power. Tell you, those Raptors are nothing to sneeze at. Even at this stage, they're, Core Skyfishers and company, This is the tie-breaking match. We won the first one, lost the second one, and here we go. All right. Well, we haven't lost yet. That's kind of the theme of the week for me. I think I lost to one Chatterstorm list, but then I beat like 3 others. So I'm actually kind of hoping we see that for the sake of the show too. Let me go over the list here. I know we're 2 games in, and I still don't feel like using the facilities, I should say. So I'm going to go over real quickly our other picks here. So we went over that. Galvanic Relay, quite the head scratcher. I have to just play with it to just, I'm such a visual person. So we left off at Tiserius Charger. Very cool card. I really like this. Escape is just so cool. I just really, but 5's pretty damn steep. But you're getting a hell of a lot of card. A 4/2 flyer if you play it right. Discerning Taste is pretty interesting. I really like this for reanimation strategies. So you're looking at 4 cards, 1 in your hand, and the rest goes to your graveyard. And then what are you putting in the graveyard? Probably an Olmog's Crusher. And so you're going to gain 8 life. That's pretty nuts. Smell Fear. I really like this, obviously, with Infect. Look to see that. I don't know if it's too cutesy or what, but it made my list. Obviously, Chatterstorm's in this here. We go up to Lightning Spear. I don't know what this is. You know, there was a red artifact equipment that came out a while ago. I think it only cost 1. And it turned into one of those things where I was like, well, yeah, it's a good card, but what does it go in? And I think that we're kind of here with that. But it's pretty cool to be able to just pitch this and forget it. So anyway, your dad guessing counted another MTG. Oh, interesting. Yeah, my son actually ran into, I don't know if it's relevant now because the day after I reported the bug, they had an update, but I'm sure it was with a new card. But Kaya's Ghost Form, as my son brought to somewhat fame, because it gets out of Journey to Nowhere and removal, and he plays it in his black stuff. It didn't work as of Wednesday. So anyway, Faithless Salvaging. Interesting, a little risky because, you know, that rebound effect, you know, you may cast it, so it's not that risky when it rebounds. But anyway, Cabal Initiate, I think is pretty damn good. I mean, it's a 2 for 2, the threshold, and I mean, you're getting like a 3/3 and a discard effect, which is always relevant, and it's a life gainer, and the art's cool, and yeah, and even the quote, "Bless us in bloody agony." Yikes! And this little cutie, look at these guys, man. This is just like straight up almost Pokemon territory here. Tricks and treats, souls and sweets, on wooded path, whom shall we meet? Very cool. I mean, the flavor text just keeps giving with this set. So Sapphire MTG. Yeah, I tried casting Victim of Night. Couldn't cast it. Oh, well. Hey, my son's in the house. Sapphire MTG. And Bone Shards. Very cool ability here, I like. And then the last one for, obviously, White Infect. This is kind of Karametra's Blessing, but for artifacts. And just a nice balance. A little bit of evil in that, dude. Got a little Schwartzified arms going on here, but good times. All right, we're going to go right into hopefully our third. I probably should have been queued up while I did that, but yeah, it was bummer. I was all stoked to play my boy, and he plays one of his favorite cards in Pauper, Kaya's Ghost Form, and boom, doesn't work, and then he rage quits. So I was like, damn it. But we've been making up for it with about 3 games a day of Commander. Oh, boy. Well, I feel like a genius if I top deck an island here. But this deck's burned me quite a bit, but I do have double bears. Oh, boy. Ultra Volcarine, thank you for the hype. Ah, shoot. Double bears. We do have 1 extra land. Let's gamble. It's Cooper the Red. We don't mind losing to a friend. Let's see what we can do. Why did you try to cast it on Sapphire? Top Bears. Oh, that'd be a pretty good name if you could make more of them, Pauper Tim. Make an 85 card deck. Get it? That'd be pretty cool. Come on, Cooper. What do we got going on here? But yeah, now I got to go get those damn artifact lands. I got to make a note. I really want to build with Brute Squad and those new ones, but okay. Giving them a bit of a gift if we get screwed, but it'll be my fault. So the only times I've lost with this list are keeping hands like this. So you'd think I would learn, but it's hard to say no to a double bear ninja draw. I've got 2 turns to get an island, which is... Uh-oh, okay, here's the Chatterstorm. All right. Hey, look, better lucky than good as we attack. Hiya! Ninja time. Hop! Boo! Bam! Pow! Bringing all kinds of stuff. So I'll probably lose this first one unless we draw another land. That'll be pretty cool because if he's playing the Galvanic Relay, that's what we target with foil because everything else is old school spheres. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Where do I shop for cards? We usually, Sapphire, why don't you tell them where we usually order from the game nights. I love the new artifact lands coming out. Nocturnal 32. All right, all my buddies in the house. Thanks for joining me here, everybody. Well, we could bounce the land back with a Stalker and have access to foil, but we're going to hopefully just draw into an island here, which we will sit on promptly. Yeah, Card Kingdom's usually our place to go. That's the place. Thank you, son. Alrighty, well. Man, I wish this was a different order. I'd love to play Stalker and get value, but it's not going to trigger anything other than dropping down 2 critters. So I'll save that for next turn. For right now, I'll play the oops. Actually, I'll wait till my second main phase, you jackass. All right, there we go. Raptor into Bear. Pressure time. Yield the foil, and we'll probably get one more attack in, and then we'll lose if he's got the combo. But good to see a Nocturnal 32. Yeah, Sapphire's given me a break in Commander. He builds a new Commander deck about every 24 hours, and he's got 2 staples that I just can't beat. He has to draw atrocious, and I have to have a God Hand, and even then he can usually pull it off. But he's been nice to his old man, and brewing decks that I've got a bit of a chance against. Alrighty, here we go. Now the question. Let's put on the pressure. He's only got 2 lands. I'm going to do this before combat because of our evolve mechanic. We'll return this. I could sit on this for foil. I'm not going to. Play the bear. We'll attack. Hiya! Maybe we'll draw an island here with which we will just sit on. Deck almost tops out at the thanks a lot, foil. Boy, this deck's really kicking me in the crotch right now. Usually got easily an island in 1 or 2 foils, but 3 and no islands. Frustrating. Oh, here we go. We'll yield through this and watch the fireworks. Are there any MH2 cards that you consider building around besides Chatterstorm? Yeah. Tune in next week, Ultra Volcarine. I'm going to be giving myself about a week to bring you something new. I do have a Chatterstorm list that's very different. Doesn't use the... well, you'll see maybe next week. Maybe I'll show off 2 decks next week. I don't know. But yeah, there's quite a few cards that I'm interested in. I really think Reanimator got a kick up in that. What do you call? Let's go over while our opponent's going off here. We've got with the Initiative and the Discerning Taste. I think it was very good for that. And then you've even got the little imp, the kitchen imp, that can add to stuff. I think it's kind of cool because it's going to allow you to stay aggro, and if your combo gets messed up, as we saw last week, then you just keep moving and you keep attacking. All right. We're about to see a whole lot of squirrels. Mycelium bug. I don't think I've mentioned your name before. Welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us. Manamorphous. Boy, I wonder if they'd be cold or hot. The artwork in that to the hands. Good to see all of you. There's Cooper the Red. Going down to 4 life. If he doesn't have haste here, we might... we know we're going to see first day of class. Yeah, that's usually what we like to counter. Had I kept an island back, I could have countered that. He might have another one, though. So if you're playing this, you want to counter first day of class for obvious reasons. It's pretty hard to do anything else because of Storm, as he's at the crucial amount. One more, and he's got us on attack value. Hacha. All right, Mr. Storm. Yeah, Pauper Tim. I'd like to see that list if you don't mind sending it. I can compare notes. Oh, first day of class. Getting moved back. We're starting in summertime. Introduction to Prophecy. Love the design around the lessons and the learn, giving access to those spells to every color for a lot more. And we're dead. Womp, 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 womp. Let's move the stack so it's even more impressive. This is going to be the screen of a lot of people's screens if you play online for any time in the next month or two. I give it about 8 weeks if Wizards is really on it. I'm pretty sure anything with the word STORM in it is on a very high watch list, but you can see the intoxication value of being able to do this kind of power. I'm not immune to it. I was playing this just last night. My list is, actually has Kiln Fiend in it. Very similar to my Deluxe Red for any of you ultra old schoolers out there. We need Echoing Truth. Yes, we have 2 of them in our sideboard just for this. But yes, another Deluxe for show. They're my favorites. I built Brute Squad and Paper after your stream in 2020. How do you feel about including some of the artifact duels? Are they too slow? My son thinks so, Ultra Volcarine, and thanks for the props. I'm yet to be decided, so we'll see. All right, well, we'll do what we can here. I'm pretty sure my math is wrong. Bonk. Ah, come on. Elspeth, quit picking on me. Usually my chair's not back that far. Scoot Swarm. I hope it doesn't crash it. Bam! So we lost 67 life. Actually, 87. Welcome to the new... so we're going to bring in all of this. Now, I'm curious. Vapor Snag goes bye-bye. As does Snap. These just do absolutely nothing. It's one of the only matchups they don't. And I'm going to get rid of the Disrupts as well, as we're going to bring in a Hydroblast for first day of class, which buys us a little bit of time. And I think, actually, let me get rid of 2 of those. I'm going to bring in Fade Away too, because the theory here is we're going to be countering first day of class, and they're probably going to get out of the gates, and then we're going to be able to fade away and make them really feel the pain. And this is going to go a long way, maybe, too. We shall see. Let's see. Do we got everything we need? Probably don't need as many Stalkers. Yeah. We'll do that. Boop. Here we go. Very happy my bladder's under control. I usually have to take a bathroom break by now, but we're in game 3 and I still don't feel the effects. So, all hail squirrels. Yeah, watch they downshift. What is that? Squirrel Nest, the enchant land from Odyssey. Yes, I want to play first. Okay, we'll keep this. It's very slow, but we can counter first day of class, and we've got draw options here. And honestly, we just have 3 lands, so I'll be all right. Not the best start. Would really like to see a bear, but I'm not going to chance the tempo off of this, the double counter for first day, and just having a full set of cards and not being screwed. 18 lands with a curve that really stops at about 2. Usually we have no problem having an extra island in hand, but it's kind of been an issue so far. Alrighty. A lot of times they mill off of 1 card, so I'm going to go in here. Draw here. Hinder them now. Guess they could pop it. Pop it or drop it. Okay, that's enough lands, deck. This is one terrifying thing here. That's a good example of flavor text that could really be shortened. Just to the dream that wakes. Maybe just that. Okay, they have access to red and green now. Kind of wish I had that back. Ugh, this is gross. Not a good hand. It's turning double land draw, even off of the spreading seas. Not good. We have plenty of islands. Oh man, I wish I had the green storm card and I had like a storm of 19 so I could just go draw all of my lands out and get it over with. Keep maybe 2 in my hand and throw the rest in the graveyard where they belong. No offense to the artist. Rob Alexander. Love this art. I love the juxtaposition of the art, the light blue and that sort of maroon gray border. Just really all comes together. When I look back, the last time I've only played Illusions once before. It was like 3.5 years ago. It was long time ago. If you're very bored and curious on YouTube, you can go back in time and check it out. We have nothing else to do. We might as well do this. Boink. Feeling very fragile at the moment. We do have Hydroblast, but it's not going to stop the squirrels from running rampant. I could probably just pitch this to stop us from drawing a card. Red shows up. We will counter that just because we want to get that card, and we ultimately want to just stop that land from being able to go crazy. Okay, don't mind that hand. I mean that draw. Gosh, well at this stage he's not going to need, he can use basics to combo off. We're hitting one a turn. This is kind of embarrassing. The old Twiddle Storm with land enchants with few indestructible artifact lands. Yeah, I've thought of that too. The red one, what is it? Zendikar becomes a 4/2 target land or whatever. There's even the green one that does it at instant speed, but I think it's only for the turn. I very like the 1/2 Bone Splitter in mono blue aggro. Yeah, I do too. I do too. You could easily play this shell with what do you call? Oh boy, if he first stays here, I'm really screwed. You could, replace the disrupts if you like that style with that. I just we'll get there sooner, that's for sure. It's always about a 5 to 10%, personal preference sort of things you can do. Keeping the shell pretty much the same, but yeah, I'm still really surprised. About once a week I'll run in a Brute Squad, and unanimously people just love that deck, as do I. It's just too fun. I just don't see why it's not played more. Like that 1 month run when I went back to playing tournaments, and I had like 5 or 6 like in 1 week, just 5-0s. Just felt like free candy. Okay, storm count's getting up there. I'm getting a little nervous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we dead? Probably. As he takes our Hydroblast. We got a whole lot of nothing here, Cooper. Yeah, Volshock Morningstar is underrated. I forget, there was a while back when it was in the sideboards. I think blue on blue to just prevent when Spire Golem was everywhere and it seemed like it was in every list. Well, that was fun. Darn it. It's one of the only times I've lost to this deck. I've done it once before, but overall, if we lose this one, I'll be about 3-2 against this deck. I was 3-1 before. Just kept a defensive hand, and then we just drew into nothing but lands. So that's kind of frustrating. Matt Beasy, hey, you messed with squirrels, Marty. Nice one. Good to have you in the chat. Thanks for joining us. All right. Oh, mixing up the Dark Ritual art. Oh, wait, no, never mind. All right. Here they go. Can we please top deck Echoing Truth? We actually have a few turns to do it. 1, 2, 3. We'll play this. And we'll just hold here and try to have some squirrels for food. It's going to be really nice if we can morph that into an Echoing Truth. Then we can replay the ninja, off the morph, drop it again, and rinse, repeat. And we should have the game if we can draw it, but it's got to be in our next few cards here. I love the action of that squirrel. Just, you get that kind of nervous, like when a goose chases you at a lake or something. It's like, in theory, I think if an alien saw that, be like, well, the human's just going to destroy it. But you get that kind of like, God, get away from me. That swarm, that squirrel art gives you that same vibe. Just like, yeah, it just makes you feel like it's just coming right at your face. I have had a squirrel do that to me before, believe it or not. Let's see. 9's going to be coming at us. I could draw a card here. Let me attack with... let me attack here. We'll drop the ninja. Bring our boys back. Come on. Now we have 3 shots at getting Echoing Truth. Well, that's kind of somewhat of it. Let's do this. Boom, boom. Come on, Echoing Truth. Where are you? Not there. Well, let's see. We do have 2 of those, and we have that. Okay. Well, we'll drop here. And we'll drop here, feigning, or should we? Might be able to shut that out if I do the other. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's drop the mist for right now. Really nice if Echoing shows up. God knows we've dug for it enough. Could have also attacked with the Seer, flipped it, then turned it into a ninja. Technically seeing maybe 2 more cards in like the next 5 turns, which could be relevant. Not gonna lie. Alright, we're gonna be taking a lot here. So we yield. Oh, no. Undo yield through this turn. Okay. Alrighty, we're attacking here. No yield through this turn. Undo yield through this turn. Jesus. Turn off. Shoot, I meant to do that while I was doing that, and I screwed up. Yes. Okay. Man, oh man. 6 coming through. Bring this back. Okay. I hate to do this. I think I'm just going to play this. We're going to go down to 2. I'll hold. We have 2 counter spells in our hand. Yeah. Mini punt there, or just a punt. Did that auto thing. Almost got tricked into double doing it, and I should have had the 2 ninjas out. I'm going to be crestfallen if Echoing Truth's on the top of our graveyard when we die. Those Spreading Seas doing a lot of work, though. Click slowly and carry a large blue stick. That's we're mowing down the squirrels. Okay. And okay. Here we go. Before I forget, I'm going to play this. Or should I? Screw that. Let's draw cards first. That makes a lot more sense. We'll attack here. Yeah. Draw 2 cards. Show me Echoing, please. Yes. And okay. And yes again. Woo! That's a lot of cards. 9 it is. Okay. Well, we don't really have much else to do here. Let's drop Fathom Seer. We've got enough here, and we've got a foil, so we're feeling okay. Pitch an island. We've got 2 for the foil. If that's not enough, we've got Morph that can return 2 more. So pretty resilient deck in these kind of games. A lot of times you build a aggro deck like this, and mid-game it just peters out. But foil really puts us over the top, along with the evasion that we've got access to. Yeah, let's see here. We'll go like this. Okay, Preordain's going to help out. Okay, don't want to see this crap. Good grief. Bottom, bottom. Another foil. Okay. Let's play Dream Stalker. Turning island. If we just attack here, 2, 4, 6. We'll be able to be all right. Yeah, I can always play another Stalker right behind that. Let's attack. 2, 5. Boom, boom. Dead little squirrelies. You stabilize very well, so it makes me hope Chatterstorm does not get banned. Okay. Let's play very slowly here, as if I've ever learned my lesson. Thank you for that. Well, we got 3 lands in hand and 3 foils. That feels pretty good. Actually, I should have played the Dream Stalker there again. That would have been a... There's no sense in holding on here. Oops. I like feigning this weakness just being tapped out. When historically, that gives people like the wide open window, right? You're like, oh, this is when I'll choose to go off, and it's like, nope. We'll do this. We'll pitch an island. And we've got 3 hard counters. Or do we? 2 hard counters. We won't have enough cards the other way, but we can always flip the morph. So yeah, 3 hard counters. All right, 1-1 against the Chatterstorm Menace. L and a W. And here comes game 3. I'm kind of glad we did it without Echoing Truth, right? Let's see how far away. Next card help. Boy, there it was. Okay, well that one flub up with the ninja kept it out of our hands there, but we'll be all right. Dream Stalker 3 feels good. Yeah, I kind of like how we're boarded here. I'm going to do the Superstitious Shuffle, and we'll go from here. Yeah, nice game, says Pauper Akbar. Thank you for the props. Sorry for the punt. They happen, especially when you narrate and turn into a chatterstorm yourself. Here we go. A little caffeine blast. Let's do this. Woo! Well, if we can survive 1 turn there, be all right. I'll keep this because of the Preordain. We got foil. We don't really have food for it yet, but it's an interesting hand, so we'll keep it. On the draw here, so things can only get better. So saith me, and here we are. Well, let's turn on the early beats. I'll say Preordain for another day. Yeah, that enchant land, just a necessity in blue decks now with Tron and Chatterstorm in the metagame. Boy, man is looking good already. That's what we like to see. Walk right into card advantage. That's good times. Whoop. Whoop. Holding at 7. Show us an island. Okay. Island, it'd be really nice of you to show up here. This would be maddening if I have to use Dream Stalker on the island here. I don't think we could survive. We could counter first day of class, but then we'd be 2 turns away from fade away. So, yeah, if this goes south, we're probably losing this one. Okay. Gets rid of our advantage engine. I got to stop yielding through the turn. Alrighty. Well, we've got access to that, don't we? I'm going to feign like we don't have the thing. So what I'm going to do here is play Dream Stalker, bounce a land, and then play the bear behind it. Do this. We'll play this. We'll play this again. We'll do this. Now we got foil bait, and we've got the fadeaway trap. Problem is, if we don't draw another land, once we defend against first day of class, we might not be able to do much else. Okay, things are looking better. Preordain first. Just show us Echoing Truth, and let's make this nice and easy. Oh, man. I don't really like drawing these at this stage, because we're going to have to play Fade Away eventually, so I'm going to do what's unheard of and put these at the bottom. I want to find Echoing Truth. That ain't too bad. I'd rather have Evasion, though. Let's bring this out, because next turn the bear will get even, the mist will get even bigger and represent a pretty real threat there. Whereas those raptors at this stage of the game, especially holding Fade Away as our answer, bit out of the question. Oftentimes, too, it's an island with another foil to counter the foil. Good times. All right, up to a lot of viewers. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Propaganda Saturdays. Almost every Saturday of the entire year. About the only time we're going to play hooky is in 2 weeks. But next week we'll be back with a brand new brew with a lot of new cards. This week, choosing to go a little, well, with my heart. This is what I wanted to play, damn it. Well, we're going to keep that island in hand as we get this Krovikan Mist up to a really impressive size. Should come over for 8. He's got one more turn. Good news here. I think we're going to pull this off. I think my record will still be at only 1 loss against this list. I have just enough tools and just enough pressure to usually get there, but we'll see. Okay, well, that blows. Yeah, we could counter that, but how dumb are we going to feel if he combos off, right? So we're going to let that go. Bye-bye, Mist. You'll be missed. No. Oh, Ultra Volcarine with the props. Thank you very much. Yeah, Fade Away is a tricky card. It's a really nicely designed card, though. They didn't overpower it for once. Like, blue doesn't get, leave it to Wizards. They'd probably make blue, probably reprint Damnation with blue mana, right? And be like, what? We put Storm on it, too. Why not? And gave it to blue. Remember when the double Monarch set came out? What was that? A couple months back, and it was just like, really, Wizards? Okay. I think we'll win here because we've got access to foil. We have seen PauperRBust, though, but he's already used 2 of them up. Again, it's all about first day of class here, people. It's folly to counter a storm spell because everything else besides it goes through. I guess there'd be maybe one case if they've got a storm count of 10 and they're about to kill you and you're at a full 20 life. And first day of class is already out, maybe, and they're completely out of mana. Could be one of the times, but keeping my fingers away from the keyboard. I will steeple my hands in an attempt to look intuitive. Yes. Hey, wow. We got a record number of viewers today. Check us out on YouTube, too. go to our playlist. We've got all kinds of custom-made Pauper commercials. Everything from Flame Tongue Hot Sauce to, Pauper Brews. We've got Wild Mongrel Chewing Gum, which changes colors as you chew. For those of you that in the chat that don't know, I make movie trailers and commercials, so try to go all out. I'm actually working on a new one. A lot of you have inputted with Abundant Growth. It's going to be a gardening fertilizer commercial. Maybe even next week I'll have that. I'm not making any promises. But thanks for everybody that voted on the design. I'm with you. I liked the artwork for the graphic in number 1 too. But deal 4 damage to any meal. Thank you for that, Shiraz. Storm count. Yeah, I'm confused. Most of the time, storm count. Oh boy, this kind of sucks. Well, didn't take one or the other. Problem is here. Gotta let him do it. That is a tough one. Yowza. I mean, I think you got to take fade away. Do I search YouTube? Usually Ultra Volcarine. Yeah, you can do YouTube, or 4K video downloader is a good thing to rip videos and such. But I'll do this and this, and you'll do the turn. But mostly I've got just so much footage from shows I've actually worked on, or shoots that I've been a part of and stuff, and a lot of it's already on Drive. So. And the mothership, a lot of times, you know, they're starting to really up their content, and so I'll take from them sometimes. I am promoting Magic after all, and build stuff out of that. Okay, come on, Echoing Truth. Off the top, no. 17 coming at our heads. The only play is to not play. Bummer. Alrighty. But yeah, coming up, we've got next commercial break. What do we have today? And the Pauper Zodiac. Ever been to like a Chinese restaurant and they have the little "What animal are you?" We did it for Pauper. And I think the Atog is featured today. All right, let's click slowly. And kill some squirrels. Growing up in Northern California area, I have seen many a dead squirrel. Only a few times I've seen them actually fall to their death. About 2. There's this gigantic oak tree. I will do this now because we could draw into Echoing Truth. The canopy of where I used to live, there was this really big arch, and it was about a 7-foot gap in the springtime, and there would always be squirrels jumping. I'm just like, God, what a dangerous move. Just one slip up and you're just gone. All right, we didn't draw it. We're dead. I'll just let them kill us. And yeah, unfortunately, 2 or 3 times I saw them miss. Those of the unathletic persuasion, or for squirrel's sake. I mean, dance circles around us humans, right? Us hairless apes. Alrighty, Smash-a-Rooney. We had lots of answers, but unfortunately, I'm going to go to a 3 and 2 against this storm list as we valiantly try to block here. I'll put a scare into him, and then we'll go like this. I really wish this was that. Let's see how far away Echoing Truth was. Or heck, another fadeaway. Oh yeah, this is that. It's never doing that stuff. All right, guys, I'll be right back right after this from Dakon Blackblade.
I'm so glad you could finally come visit, Dakon. I haven't seen you since the last family reunion. So how was the trip?
Fine.
I see you brought your sword.
Blackblade.
Yes, sharp. Careful with that around the couch, if you don't mind. Hey, Modern Horizons 2, the new Magic set.
The best set.
Oh, okay.
The most powerful cards, cool reprints, new art, cards new to modern, and a new Dakon card.
Yeah, wow. But is this all you brought?
Dakon may need to borrow a few things.
Ox pelt, sharpening stone.
planeswalker's life is an otherworldly journey that is far from easy. The consuming vortex of an ever-changing metagame can leave your house of cards feeling bombarded with endless scenarios and worry of what's next. But one company has your best interests in mind, clarifying your uncertainties with hope and solid footing. Weather the storm. Insurance for the common mage.
And we're back. Yeah, Cooper the Red, I was just doing that to make you sweat. But yeah, we do have, what is it, two, let's look at the list as we wait for our next opponent. 2 fadeaways and 2 echoing truth in our sideboard. Yeah, echoing was just hiding from me. I was trying to, like I said, I'm still up on that deck, 3-2 now. But yeah, just had a really, really awkward draws there, but what you gonna do? Yeah, Spreading Sea, it, you know, when Storm goes away, it's kind of it's one of those cards where you're just a little bit on the edge of like, is it really, it does replace itself, and you hear that argument till the sun goes down, but it's double relevant now because of, it holds off Tron, which, you don't want to blow up Tron's lands because then they just pull some Marasso and back and stuff, so oftentimes that, and then you add in the element of, oh boy, we're on the draw. Bird of Paradise, our opponent. I think I'm going to keep this just because we got such a low curve here. If we draw 1 mana, we're fine. We got 2 turns to do it. Let's hope. Yeah. Yeah, it's Grew lands, just, it's always good. Boy, I've got a lot of experience against burn with this list. A whole lot. Okay, we'll play this here. This is always close, but I faced it 5 times in the tournament I played and got 3rd with this and eventually lost to it. But overall, I think I'm 5-2 against burn. Come on now. What do we got? This is when we love snap with hands like this. It's kind of hoping for an Alchemist there to really add the tempo game, but nope, not going to happen. As we take 2 to the face in the Lava Runner, damn it. Oh well. Just for tempo and mana's sake, I'm still going to snap that because we have access to the other Vapor Snag here. Boom, boom. We'll cast this, and we'll cast the bear. And I will block with the bear. We double do this, and we attack. Hiya! That Seer's going to get us out of here. Very rare to win 2-0 against burn, though. They usually take 1 game. Often the first. That's one deck that's really stepped up. Yeah, first day of class is really cool. Just gets rid of the whole awkward bushwhacker. Cuts the mana down, too. I mean, it's just good all around. Good for everyone. Can we stabilize? Who knows? Well, we got plenty of this stuff. I'm just going to play this right now as we build our dudes up. I sure wish this double hit, but it don't. Come on, show us a foil. Nope. Thanks a lot, deck. We are only playing 4 of them after all. You'd think we might see them. And then the one time we saw them, it was all 4 of them, was it? But yeah, Cooper the Red, that duress was just backbreaking. Because my whole game plan is to counter first day of class and then either draw into truth or play that fadeaway, which is almost more devastating. But what you gonna do? Definitely not that. Okay, we've got another bit of a turn here. We're gonna come in for 6 if everything goes in unmolested here. Oh man, this is so frustrating. I want that ninja, but not that badly. Yeah, we're gonna snag here. This is all about tempo, baby. And single digits with an Alchemist out, that's scary times. Now, the Seer or the Ninja next turn, that's this game 1. Yeah, that's what I found when I was designing this list is the more foils, the better. I mean, look at our hand right now. It's so fun to just, I play pretty aggro as it is, and to be able to just kind of recklessly just turn stuff sideways and tap out on purpose. I mean, that's like the dinner bell for Storm, right? You're just like, hey, all right, this guy's got a wide open shot here. Nope. Everybody forgets about foil. Daze's big brother. It's too late to worry about this Raptor. So the question here, I mean, we come in for 6. And the question here is, we can drop Fathom Seer, draw 2. That's tough. I think Fathom Seer might be the better play here, even though we have access to foils. Hey, the one brackets, propaganda. Alrighty. This is tough. I get 1 there, but is it enough? We get 2 here, and we have access to foil, and we're at 4 life. I'm going to favor the Fathom Seer here. Yep, and I'm going to do it main. It's 1 more card. And we have a blocker in case he draws another Get You Lava Runner. I got him next turn regardless. Come on, let's see a foil. Just have lands. Look at this, 4-4. The clock's ticking. We're at 3. Are we at 3? Who knows what's going on? Okay. Lorraine Sushi in the house. All right. All right, moment of truth. Do we got it or don't we? Let's see. Give me a foil. And make it the second card so that I feel like a genius with the non-play of the ninja there. Regardless, 1 bolt gets us, but... Come on. Show us foil. Oh, come on, deck. Almost halfway through and we don't see 4 of them. All right, they take this game. Burn. We'll start off with an L. Let's see if the software will let us. It used to let you just draw indefinitely. Games 2, it never seems to, but... How far away? Boy, we were like halfway through our list before we ever saw a foil. That is ridiculous. Man. Yeah. All right, begin sideboarding. Well, good news. They didn't see our little tech, so we'll go from there. Alrighty, Hydroblast comes in. Really like Disrupt in this matchup. Not so much here. Might lose 2 Stalkers. And 2 Snags. We can use these as removal, taking the place of Snags. Snap adds the tempo play that we're really worried about here, and I think we're good to go here. Let's do our little superstitious move here. Make sure our ninja's between the 2 mists. That's very important for all you beginners out there. Yeehaw. Weather the Storm, one of my favorite propaganda commercials. Hope you guys like that. Oh, Lauren Sushi, I'm not quite sure if I missed your subscription or what. Thank you for the support regardless, and to all of you that have and such. So check out our YouTube, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, I want to play first. Okay, we're good to go here. This is a good hand. We've got a little bit of everything. Hopefully the ninja draws off some removal, and the psychology of the Phantasmal Bear. I love it. I was thinking of playing Cloud Skate, which is a fading 3/2/2 flyer. It gets quite a bit of damage in, and it is an illusion, but access to being able to reset it with the Dream Stalker is an interesting angle, but in the end, I don't think so. Maybe if I had to play 64 cards, that could be a thing. I do love the mental gymnastics this deck makes me do, because I don't really, I'm not going to shove in a life staff or anything like that. Don't really have that to lean on. Yeah, we'll do this. We're probably going to be eating a What's the landfall one? Searing Blaze. Didn't show up in chat, but I could see 3 months batch. Oh, thank you for the support again, Lorraine Sushi. Vastly appreciated. One of these days, my inbox will have your picture with the new playmat. What playmat did you end up getting? I know I asked you that before, but I always forget. I think it would look a little tawdry, but I was thinking of making a new playmat where it's the graphic of every one of like our almost 50 now commercials, just like a pixel factory of all this stuff. Be quite the conversation starter at a tournament. Put in a little film reel looking thing. Okay, well, we've got that. We could do that to that. By at this stage, I kind of want to sit back on that Hydroblast at least. Do we play the Mist out? No, I think we just play the Bear here. Let's attack and see what we can do after that. Bam! Here we go. Okay, we got a foil. Liking that. We'll play... Oops. Got that damage trigger on the stack here. Let's do this. There it is. Well, that's a big old 2-for-1. Going to cost us a whole lot of advantage. Oops, cancel. Wrong spell. Got to check these glasses. Maybe they don't work. Bam. Got another ninja behind it, so I don't think it's worth saving with a snag if he's got another spell after this. Okay. So we take 8. That gets countered. Or we don't take 8. We go to 8. Big difference. Come on, foil. Show up. Ugh, man. Come on now. Attack. Hiya, double ninja nastiness. Boing. All right, show us a land. Okay, show us another land. Hey, thanks for listening to me, deck. All right, well, we can just do this now. And I think we'll save, let's just play the Bear again. Could go with the Mist, but we've got the ability to snag something as well as foil their attempts at anything. Now with 2 cards left, they're probably holding Fire Blast, so this is interesting. You know, I'm going to foil that because bouncing those really starts to hurt. Let's choose that. We'll get rid of this, and actually I'm going to get rid of this. We've only got one dude out. Yes, it has evasion, but I want to keep. He's pretty heavily based in critters here, so I'm gonna rock like that. Get him a little nervous about what I'm playing. What's this? What's this? Okay. That's slower damage, but we'll be all right. Definitely going to draw another land. It'd be very unlikely that we don't see another land here. We'll hold at 4, especially with access to a Preordain. Oh, we like this. We'll say top. And attack. Hiya! We've got it all, baby. Opponent's hellbent. We are far from hellbent. If you're impatient like me, this is the deck for you because you have counter spells when you're busy doing everything else. Cast it face down. Pretty sure we got this one. Oh, all right. Number 3. Yeah, that was that one took me the longest time. All right. That's usually how my burn games go. 1-1, and then it's just kind of who draws better in game 3. It's pretty much the MO with most matchups against burn, right? Any cool names you want to call this list? Right now, I'm just calling it Illusion, but I'm sure there's craftier names out there that might catch people's eye, help with the little view count on YouTube and such. And if you can, since I got so many viewers today, appreciate you spreading the word. We're kind of in the dregs of the internet. I know we have youtube.com/propaganda. That was a big milestone that I hit a couple years back, but some reason we did get the spoil card from the mothership a long time ago when we got to showcase Augur of Bolas and brought that out, but ever since then it's been awfully quiet. I would really like to know. I even have some insiders there, and they don't make headway. It's strange. Blue Stompy. Yeah, that's a pretty good word. I mean, name for it, isn't it? This is against burn. We've got 4 islands and a slow draw. I'm going to throw this back. All right, this is much better. We have 2 counter spells, 2 ninjas, an early evasion. We'll keep this. Let's get rid of 1 ninja. Yeah. Pretty easy to choose there. Blue clouds. Man, bear, pig. Blue dinos. And this is getting better. I just want 1 more land, please. Just 1. You got to feel a little weird using removal on the raptor, so that has another little psychological angle there. It's like with the bear, it's like anything kills it. I don't want to use a spell on it. Same with the raptor. It's like, oh, come on, it's a 0/1. I'm not going to waste a spell on that. Jokiare, mono blue bounce, MBB. Yeah. I could have foiled that if I had another island. I'm not going to chance it at this stage, though. What I will do is Preordain. Yeah, that's pretty good against his list. The Dream Stalker. That's going to keep our hands full here. Yeah, I'll say top. And then we'll blow this up. And we'll sit on foil. Dang it. Gotta respect that, Alchemist. That modifier is just too great. Alright. We will save this because it does damage to us as well. We'll do that. Plus we get a ninja out of it. Does he got a... Nope. Okay. The Blue Lord. The Blue Man Group. Blue Boys. Probably get a bunch of overly sensitive types going. Why do they have to be boys? Okay, let's just get in with a ninja. Blueberry Crunch. That's pretty effective. Ugh, come on. I don't think we're going to win this. Both. I do have an active ninja, and we've eaten 1 Searing Blaze, or haven't eaten it, that's the point. But if that ninja goes unmolested, we might be able to pull out of this, but... Blue Bears, that might be a funny one, right? There's a lot of things that aren't illusions here. Just in case I draw a foil, I'm going to keep that in my hand. As we attack. Okay. In the first iteration, I had counter spells and foil. It's just too clogged. The deck always wanted to use my mana to its fullest potential. Speaking of that, we'll drop here. I'm going to play this just as because we do have Dream Stalker. If we do draw in a foil, I've got some. How devastating would a fiery cannonade be at this stage, right? But red plays fast enough. It kind of forces you to kind of go all in. Hey, all right. Cool. Well, let's see what was in our future. As my wins against burn continue. Good times, good times, good times. All right. Alrighty. Well, gosh, we're already on game 5. Maybe I'll play 6 today because we've had 1 or 2 quitters. Been pretty impressed with the motherships, that Dakon Blackblade commercial that I showed at the break. They've got like 3 or 4 of them. Of course, I've got them all at the ready because it's relevant right now. It won't be in a month or 2, but it's been pretty impressed with a lot of their productions. However, if you're in the audio video world, my goodness, they mix that hot. It's like 7 dB, all of their stuff. Everything they have is just crazy cranked, and they're lucky they're not going on broadcast because you get fined heavy for that kind of stuff. I haven't seen levels like that since like junior projects in like high school and stuff. So maybe they need I know plenty of audio specialists if they need one, including me. All right. So yeah, we've got access to 8 bounce spells and then 4 foils. Why? Because we're bouncing a lot of things back to our hand, and we usually have plenty of islands, and we're drawing a lot of cards and such. And things are getting bigger as we wait and see. Kind of a all-out deck there. So yeah, these are my picks here as we wait for our opponent to show. Got all kinds of, the artwork's getting better. The flavor text is off the chart. Just really like this. Yeah, and this is like the Black Wild Mongrel, man. Discard a card. No pay this, whatever, just do it. I wish you could search for just the semicolon. There's just too many of them in the game, but it is nice, like, you know, Vapor Seer and stuff like that, where you're just looking for a sack outlet, you know. But yeah, I'm leaning on maybe trying a Rakdos build next week. I'm quite sure. The list I've been running, where is it? Oh, must be buried pretty deep here. Guess not. I must have changed it at the last minute and done something different with the list there. Boy, still waiting here. So yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, this galvanic relay. Been having some fun with it, just going around. Oh, Nick's in, subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much. I haven't seen you in the chat, but I appreciate the love and support vastly. And if you do, if you're new to the channel and whatnot, or I mean, go to our YouTube channel. If you don't mind bringing that up, Shirazman, I'd appreciate it. Really specialize. Go to our playlists and kick back, throw it up on TV, get some popcorn out, and get ready for just wall-to-wall private jokes, because there's a lot of them. In fact, let's look at this list. Have I done a commercial for any of these things? I don't believe I have. That's rare. Usually I've got Wild Mongrel, and I've got Merit Lager instead of like Merit Lage. It's like based on the beer. Gin and Tonic with a DJINN. We got 2 of those. All right, we have a ninja draw. We're on the draw. What a cool name. Cruzado Acrosano. Sounds like some mafia lord. Oh, mulliganness. But a good one. Yeah, well, mulligan. Yeah, dang it. Come on. No lands. Well, that makes a decision pretty easy. We'll keep this. We got to get rid of 2 things. Good grief. I'll get rid of a Stalker and a Snap. Probably should have got rid of the foil. It's pretty reckless to play that right now, but Affinity for the 3rd time today. Still haven't seen any of the artifact lands show up. Thank you for that, Shiraz. Used to watch years ago. Glad to see you're still going. Yeah, that's one thing I am. It's persistent. Been at it about 5 years now, 4, something like that. My goal is to just have this crazy, just become a wizard in front of your eyes, right? I'll be like 80 years old, and I think we talked about this last week. Just have like a little monocle, and who knows, they'll probably have contact lens computers by then, and you'll just see somebody's feed from their eyes or something. But be cool for my kids, especially the one that likes Magic a lot. When I'm long gone, they'll be able to go back on YouTube and see their old man talking too much. Living on, if only digitally. Okay, let's top deck a ninja, please. That would be really nice. I believe you're right. Well, we have food for the foil. Unfortunately, we have to play this to get anywhere decent. Notice how little Krovikan Mist you'd think. You look at this list, it's like, oh, it's an illusions deck. It's like, well, kind of is. I mean, this isn't an illusion. The ninja's not an illusion, but how little effect it's had. We had that one game where it was like a 4/5 or a 5/5, and it got, you know, hydroblasted or pyroblasted. All right, one more island, I'll be good to go, because I'll drop the seer, flip it, and have lots of foil food. The Dark Nocturnal. That was right around the time when we all got into it. It was right remember looking into that, the timeline. This little fight showed me the game, I believe. And then I showed it to all the pals, and then we all went and got boosters in Placerville, California. Not the most Magic-friendly town. It was pretty hard to find good games back in the day. I just remember Nocturnal when we were first playing, and Trevor cast Balance for the first time in like a 4-player game. I like genuinely got upset. I'm like, they can't have made a card that powerful. That's ridiculous. And everybody, obviously, he was right about it. And I was just like, oh my God, dude, like Wrath of God, Armageddon, and like mind wrenched us for the game. It was good times. And I won't mention the, what was it, the Kathy Ireland cardboard cutout. Got to keep the show PG. Good times. Yuck. This hand's getting bad by the second. Well, we're going to take 10. Let's get really arrogant and act like we can race them. So we ain't going to be blocking. Booyah. Oh, lucky duck. Yeah, Tom gave me a few of his cards. Gosh, one of them was quite valuable. It was a Taiga or something. Crunch. We really want like a... Remember that card I mulliganed before we know what we were facing against? The Dream Stalker? And I chose to keep a foil instead. Note to self. Let's not do that again. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Pauper Tim. Yeah, our Charbelcher list, remember? Oh, this is a whole lot of nothing. We got, excuse my voice there. We'll just concede here. It's cool losing to a dude with that cool of a moniker, though. Cruzado. Acrosano. Ooh, nice. Play set of Savannahs. Lucky dog. Was that Trevor or Tom? All right. Well, it stills affinity, so Hydroblast is needed against a Tog and Fling and such. And we'll get rid of some of the cutesy stuff. Get rid of one Seer. How did we pull this off last time? One foil. Boom, boom, boom. You know what? I'm going to, of course, whenever you want to make a last minute choice, it's always when your opponent's already locked and loaded. Trevor, okay. I sure wish those guys still played. Only us two remain. It's like Highlander, right? Here we go. All right, we got early ninja time. I'm not going to complain about this hand, despite my little card frame I'm sitting in. I always like to poke fun at myself. Yeehaw. Yeah, I feel fine. I just swallowed a little funny, and I'm trying not to clear my throat on mic, but yet, by not doing so, it keeps coming back. There we go. All right. Phantasmal Bear. Yeah, I was just giddy when Magic Online debuted. What was that, like 2002? I was right in the first beta of it. The earliest option, I dumped all my cards, went all digital. I am the furthest thing from a pack rat. I'm quite the minimalist. Believe me, my wife makes up for it. All right, here we go. Yeah, tempted to do that, but I'm just going to get in some extra value here. As we go like this, well, pretty fun. A lot more competitive game this game. So we hope to, we've only lost, we've only lost one. And it was to Resident Cooper the Red. Boy, that was a close one. Ooh, we got some staying power with this hand. Only thing that can screw it up is this guy. Bought my cards? What do you mean? Oh, you mean when I sold them to, what was that, Channel Fireball? Yeah, if any of you are like me and you want to just be digital, oh, okay. Yeah, I can't recommend Channel Fireball enough. They were just awesome to me. I just couldn't get over how just how nice they were. Like they made me an offer and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. And then they took like almost 3 hours, went through every single card and found like another almost $2,000 of value. I was like, thanks. I was like, geez, like the most friendly people ever. It's like, I was happy with the first offer. I remember my wife just being like, oh, I kind of like this hobby now. And I took like $100, started my online account, and haven't looked back since. I don't think I've spent money except for on my son's cards. Okay. A couple of drafts, but that's about it. Yeah, I want to use the ability. I'm talking too much. All right, let's focus. Let's play some beasts. And get them nice and big and strong. Talk about curving out. We're feeling good. Hiya. Yeah, I just color sorted them. My buddy RJ kind of indefinitely let my son sort of have his collection with kind of, he might want it back at some point. So we keep a tally of what goes in and out, but he has 2 boxes stacked and they're alphabetized and colorized. It's just like, I can't even wrap my head around how much time that takes. I mean, that's how much time it saves too, but good grief. On Braga with Boomerang, yeah. You know, Boomerang, actually, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's actually because of the Stormlands coming into play tapped and stuff. Buy some nice tempo there, but I'd rather just enchant it and draw a card. Okay, good to go here. This is when the deck really shines. Just Tempo City. Now, I think, yeah, we'll just attack with everything here. However, no, we won't. I'll Dream Stalker now. I'll make these even bigger. We'll return the land. Replay the land. And attack. For half of his life. If the bear gets through, we'll take a chance on that foil. I think we've got enough of a board state here. I'm not too worried about him blitzing out. We'll play this up. Return the beast. It was funny, yesterday I was playing and somebody cast down my ninja before blockers were declared, and so I ninja'd a ninja. It was pretty funny play. Okay, like that. Would rather be just an island at this stage of the game, but looks like we're going to go to game 3. Talking about withdraw. Oh, you know what? Lauren Braga, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, I had withdraw in here, the very first build. And I just went with the spell, but no, I'm not going to. That shows up about once a year in somebody's list, and people go, what? And it's like, yeah, it's a card. It's a really good one, too. A little 2-for-1. I did a whole bunch of rather than searches. There's a Whiplash Trap, I think it's called, and a few other things, but yeah, snapback. You can discard a blue card instead and bounce stuff, but this new affinity with seems like a Tog is always hiding, doesn't it? Well, I know what I want to do here. I'll play this. We'll get our boys nice and big. I could, yeah, we'll just return an island here. I'm going to keep the island. And we'll play out a bear just so we can just really, yeah, we're not really going to take any damage, are we? Or do I just, you know what, I'm going to sit back. We've got 2 hard counters. Bears aren't going to do anything at this stage, so I'm just going to keep our Raptors safe. And we've got 2 ways of doing that with Hydroblast and Foil and company, so. Yeah. Here we go. We'll go over the deck list before we end the show here, but it looks like we're going to be going to a game 3 unless they pull off some real good fireworks. It's my kind of blue, though. Aggro, baby. Woo! Counter that. And we got another one for you. You think we're defenseless? Watch this. Oops. I will let it go. Got to keep those raptors safe. I like the way that salamander looks. If something that huge could look cute, that's pretty hard to pull off. What a great quote, too. Fits right in. All right, off to the pivotal game 3. We've had a lot of... We've only lost one game, but we had a lot of first game losses and then a lot of comebacks, so that's interesting. What was I going to change last time? You know what? I'm going to lose a mist and put back a foil. We're on the draw here. These are only good if I've got a lot of things out. And that hasn't been the case lately. But, as per usual, I'm going to do my superstitious shuffle to ensure that I don't get mana screwed. Yeah, see that? Exonus. Hey, I've not seen that salamander before. Looks like Exoto. Oh, yeah. I got it. That's right. I got to get the salamander, too. It's a good day for Magic when there's metallic salamanders that are playable. That's all I got to say. Take a few storm errors. Yuck. Mulligan. We'll keep it. This just keeps being the case, huh? I need all of these, so get rid of an island, even though we have... I'm not going to be doing a first turn foil anytime soon. That's for when I usually trip the Fathom Seer. Boy, oh boy. Pretty new cards. Alright, ninjas, that's enough. You can chill out for now. Let's drop the mist. This is going to be a lot slower hand. We really curved out last turn. That's kind of the best case scenario last game when you see that go through. For the second time today, we see the new artifact lands that are indestructible. I think Wizards did one too many surveys on what people like and don't like, and unanimously, people really hate land destruction. It's like, let me play my spells. I mean, Mark Rosewater wrote a really good article a long time ago, like 6-7 years ago. And even I, a fan of land destruction, had to go, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Look at this. We're not defenseless. Tapped out and ready to counter. Woo! Yeah, any target. I don't like that. That's foil worthy. Let's choose that, and we'll get rid of this and a ninja. I got to keep that snap if the big boys start dropping. I'm going to reset our hand with that ninja. Okay, that feels pretty good. I hope we just draw another island and we can keep that ninja safe. Draw 2 more, get our cards back off of foil. My son Sapphire, if he's still in the chat, make sure to say something, boy. But man, he has been designing cards for like better part of a year now on MTG Cardsmith. And as a father, I'm just so, you know, his choice in art and stuff is really good. But some of his flavor text and just the design, I'm like, man, he has a design head on him for sure. It's really, I mean, there's like 2 cards a week he does where I'm just like, wow, that should just be printed. I mean, it just looks ready to go. Nice little pastime he's got. Half the time I'm like, okay, where's that quote from? He's like, I did it. I'm like, whoa. DNA pride, I tell you. All right. Preordain. Let's see what we can see. We've got an island. Here's another one. We're going to get some more. See, bottom here. Top here. That is a good card after all. We'll play this and slow roll it. Good news is our opponent's kind of hurting on their development as well. So, yeah. There's a lot of cards I forgot to nab. But yeah, if y'all are true paupers, pauper to form, you can join Arctic Ghost as your host on Pauper Classic Tuesdays over at gatherling.com. We've got a few promos out, pimping that show out. Very cool. Free to enter. Of course, most you can win is like $7, but hey, for like $1, you can get all the commons you need out of the new Modern Masters, or whatever it's called. It's a good way to go. I got third with this on Tuesday, this same list. I think different one card with Echoing Truth. And yeah, haven't looked back. It's good times. To mist or not to mist? I'm gonna go with air power here. I've got draw. Next turn I'll go crazy with the Seer, and we'll swing for 6 in the air. Until then, I just want to get the tempo. Those coming to play tap lands are really buying us some time here. It's not that relevant with Affinity, though. Remember how I was just bad-mouthing the Mist, being like, it's potentially the best card in the deck, but it hasn't been doing much. But this game, it's definitely doing some good legwork. Affinity's got a bit of a problem. They've got to kill the Ninja, and they've got to kill the Mist, and they've got to kill the 1/5 Dream Stalker. Now we got a snap target. Uh-oh, it's getting big quick. Don't have another one. Don't have a Salamander. Oh, God. Well, this went from possible to lossable. I think we're going to go 3-2 on the day. This is grim. At least we get rid of this. Bam! Boop-a-doo. Death by Salamander. Strange times indeed. Many of Maraudon's creatures were more curious than cruel. Very cool. And I think sure hits hard for being such a curious creature. Hey, look at this. We're going to kind of have a good turn here. All right. Well, we'll bounce this just for some tempo, especially because our opponent's tapped out. Untap these. And we'll tap 3 of these. It's like taking 3 turns here, the way this deck plays sometimes, but we're facing down 10 a turn. This is ridiculous. We'll turn our guys into 6 air power, draw some cards, replay a land, and bounce something again, and buy us some more time. Ooh-wee! Look at this. Oh, I think it's worth it to just take the damage here. Let's just play the bear and get these up to Sarah Angel size and go from there. If he's got Galvanic Blast, he's going to play it now, that's for sure. And if we don't block, I just get him. But you notice, really take a note of that last turn, right? Snapped. It's normally going to be your turn. No, it untaps. Then play, tap out for the Fathom Seer. Draw 5 cards, technically. Replay the land and Tempo City. We're keeping up with some pretty big boys across the board from us here. Yeah, yuck. All right, that's going to really hurt. Tempo down. I'm going to take all of this. There's another boy showing up. 2 blasts. We got a red elemental blast and a galvanic blast. It's going to send us packing. Looks like we're going to be 3-2. Well, we do have a little bit of hope here, right? Of course, just to stay alive, we can't really pull too much of that off, right? I'm tempted to just bounce my own Fathom Seer, replay it, draw 2 cards, slowly die. Let's see what we can do. We'll go from here, untap, and we'll get him to scare him a little bit. One more blast at our face and we're dead, though. Krovikan Mist are selfish lords. Other lords improve their tribe. These myths only pump themselves. Well said. Yeah, the more you play this, I think on the surface people look at it and go, oh, just stuff as many illusions as you can. It's like, eh. And then what? What if you don't draw it? It is, after all, 4 cards and 60. Now, if there was just like slivers. If there were 4 other ones, then we got a different conversation. That being said, the only things that aren't lords are very profitable in this list, either drawing us more cards or evasive power through the air and getting up to like 4 or 5 flyers. That's nothing to sneeze at. Now, if the little flying 0/1 dude was an illusion, this would really hum. Much like real life lords. Well said, Shiraz. All right, are we taking a blast to the face? In my experience, they always have another galvanic blast in their hand. And it looks to be the case here. Get an extra value. Let's see what we got. We're representing Counterspell. Let's not sneeze at our efforts. We got him at 4 life. Problem is they can just churn out Frogmite to block and a few other things probably. Blocker 1. Blocker 2. No Galvanic Blast to the face. And we draw bad. All right, guys. Well, hey, I'm going to go over the deck list here real quick. 3-2 on the day. What you going to do? We roll over. But hey, if you're going to lose to Cruzado Acrosano. Cruzado. Very cool. Best moniker of the day by far. Way better than Deluxakov. Who the hell names themselves that? Long story behind that. Tell you for another day. All right, so the list, we've got 18 basics. The Raptors. Hello. All right, talking basketball. The Raptors. 2 disrupts, which, keep in mind, if they counter this, it's good. You still draw your card. And check out the Faraday cage on his head. That's pretty cool. Although this art doesn't make too much sense, because the rest of your body will get electrocuted. Well, let's see. He's got a little bit of like a pauldron or vanguards on his wrist that it's kind of weird. It's like my right shoulder is going to be vulnerable, but the rest of my body can be electrocuted. Strange. Thank you for that, Shirazamon. We've got Phantasmal Bears and Preordains for Vapor Snags. 4 Snaps for a removal package. The Mist, kind of the lord of the list. 4 Seers, keep our hand full, and the Stalker to keep it even fuller. Why? Because we're playing all 4 foils. Saw it work its magic a little bit today. I wish it did a little bit more. In my experience, we only saw about 30% of the goods that this deck usually... There's some fireworks this thing is capable of. And you saw a little bit of that with the Snap. Seer, Flip, Bounce, Boom play. You can do like 4 or 5 spells sometimes with 3 mana. And then obviously Ninja, so we can keep resetting our goods, setting these back to trip this to make it all bigger and stuff. In our sideboard, we got 3 Curfews, really good against hexproof and heroic and such, and sometimes even Tron. I mean, this is a very organic card to our list because a lot of times we do want to be returning stuff. This come to mind. So yeah, I've even thought maybe this should be there instead of Vapor Snag, like main, and move 4 more spots into the board. Who knows? We got 4 Hydroblast and 4 Spreading Seas, which is just really an MVP right now. We didn't see Tron, but we did see Storm, and it really, out of the Red's mouth, Cooper the Red, it does really stifle their development there and buy you some time. And plus, if the game goes long or you want to be a little grindy, you can keep returning it with this. 2 Echoing Truce for the said Storm, which never showed up, and 2 Fadeaways for that, and other decks that go wide. So yeah, next week, join us. We're going to have a brand new list. It will be featuring some of these cards, if not all of them. I'm lying. I will not play all of these cards, but there's just a lot of fun stuff to go through. But I still got to get my Salamander and got to get my Artifact lands, and I got to get going. This will be on YouTube in a few hours once it's all rendered and happy and good times. But we're going to go to our last break here. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Next Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please tell a friend, and we'll see you next time on Propaganda.
So, Dakon, what color did you go with?
Black Death.
Nice. That definitely works for you.
Ugh. I just don't know what kind of decks my opponents are gonna have. I wish I had some versatile removal.
Here, Vindicate.
Wait, really?
It's a new to modern reprint.
Dakon, this is perfect.
It looks good.
It looks very good. Very tough.
I need more sword potion. Hey.